These are all the injuries that I saw in round 9 of the 2024 AFL season. Noah Bolter pushes Tim English, who then accidentally tunnels Sam Banks. Banks lands very awkwardly and lands on his shoulder and neck area and is subsequently knocked out. He's clearly going to be subbed out for the rest of this game and he will miss at least next week. Nick Blakey from the Swans received a head-high hit from a teammate. I don't think he went off for a HIA. As you can see, it did affect him immediately. Not sure what the club is doing moving forward. Jack Bytel from the Magpies was taken out of this game from this high hit from Darling. Interesting to see if Darling receives a sanction for this. Jeremy Cameron lands pretty hard after this marking contest. I believe he went into concussion protocol, so he will not be available for next week. Chera was subbed out with hamstring issues. He will have scans during the week to see the severity of the injury. Graham from Richmond has also been subbed out with a quad issue. Seems to be a recurring issue for him. Jeremy Howe from the Pies has been subbed out with a right hamstring issue. After a marking contest, Ugle-Hagan tries to follow up with the ball and receives a hip to his head. As you can see, he's immediately affected by this hit. He did play the rest of the game, which is pretty concerning, and it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't play next week due to concussion protocols. After this marking contest, Jerry McGovern goes down, and he does play the game for a fair bit longer until eventually he's taken off and subbed out. He actually had to go to hospital in the end for internal bleeding. Jack Petruccelli was also subbed out with an ankle issue. Mark Pitnet injured his hand, and as you can see, the doctor's pulling on it, so I think it was most likely a dislocated finger, but he played the rest of the game, so he should be fine. After a running contest, Adam Treloar tackles Rioli and he immediately grabs at his ankle. It looks pretty bad. It doesn't look clearly broken to me, but the way he's acting and the way he's holding his ankle, I wouldn't be surprised if this is broken. The club has reported that he suffered a syndesmosis injury, but I guess we'll find out during the week how severe that is. So awkward, can't it? The tangle of legs and the body weight. Latham Vandermeer was subbed out of the Bulldogs game with what looked like to be an ankle injury. He tried to test it, but eventually was subbed out. Willem Drew and Jeremy Cameron received a head knock for this incident. Willem Drew seemed to suffer the worst of it. I'm not sure what the club has done about this. After a tackle from Cam Rayner on Josh Worrell, which should have been a dangerous tackle, but anyway, Worrell puts his hand out and it eventually looks like he has broken his wrist. You would assume this would be at least a 6 to 8 week injury. And that's it for this week. If I missed any injuries, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.